It's good?
Yep, that's centered. Got all your head. See nothing on the table. Does it feel centered to you? Okay.
Alright. Hello YouTube. So today I'm going to tell you the origin of why I'm doing this, because I don't normally film a longer makeup video like this, but I got my student refund and basically I bought a bunch of stuff because it's the most money I've ever had ever, and I was just like, I'm gonna get a couple things that I really want / need, and I decided, because I bought some new foundations, mascara, some high-end makeup for once in my life, that I'm gonna film a first impressions and just try all this stuff out for you guys and let you know what I think, and then check back in throughout the day to see how everything is wearing. So basically I'm just gonna get right into it. Excuse my face, it's upset. It's sad, and I'm working on it. So yeah, I'm having a couple of breakouts obviously, and what I'm gonna start with is some moisturizer, because even if you have oily skin like me, and you have breakouts, moisturizer is still important and necessary. I forgot to tell you what I was using. Okay, this is the Jergens Ultra Healing Nourishes and Heals Repairs for Visibly Healthier Skin Moisturizer. And this is for extra dry skin, so I don't necessarily need to use this, but because I have a lot of irritation around my eyes on occasion, my eyes, if I leave my makeup on for too long or if I use something that irritates them, they can just tend to flake and be extremely dry while the rest of my face is oily, which is a great combination if you ask me. I don't know if Jergens is cruelty free, but I want to just note that I did buy this before I went cruelty free, so some brands I still need to look up. But for my primer, it is a cruelty free brand. This is the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer, and I mostly just use it right around my T-zone area because that's where I have the most visible pores. And also, this is something that I just recently bought and I'm sort of trying. You don't need a full pump at all. You do not need a full pump of this stuff. I use just about, I use a little bit of amount because it will cover your whole face really easily. It lasts a long time, and I believe it's either $3 or $6, so really I'm liking it so far. Pretty nice primer. So I just realized I forgot to put sunscreen on, so I'm gonna do that. I just use the Neutrogena face sunscreen and just a little bit of that because, you know, gotta protect yourself from the sun. Everything that I'm using in this video is gonna be linked down below if you're curious about it. So normally I would apply primer second, but that's okay. This is the biggest purchase. This is the most expensive purchase. This is everything that I've ever wanted, and I'm so excited to try this because I've heard only good things about this foundation. And that is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. And this is what the packaging looks like. It's adorable. Oh, it's just the most beautiful foundation I've ever owned, and I'm really excited to try it. This is kind of the main focus of this video because I'm really curious to see how it wears throughout the day. So that's what the packaging looks like. It's stunning. If you can't see that, nice gold lettering, gold tubing, frosted glass packaging, and it has a pump. And I'm going to be using my Real Techniques blending sponge to put this on. Alright, so I'm just going to squirt some on my finger, and then I'm going to dot it onto my face. I normally start in my problem areas. I've seen a couple reviews on this foundation. Most of them were good. One of them, it didn't work for her. She had really oily skin, so we're going to see how this goes, but I'm really excited because it says medium to full coverage, and I know some people really love this foundation, so. But of course, if I don't like it, I'll just return it. Alright, so I'm just going to start blending that in and see kind of what coverage that's giving me. The Real Techniques blending sponge does sort of shear out the coverage a little bit. Let's see. That's pretty good coverage. So this is a little bit better already than my Wet n Wild Coverall foundation, which I've done a review on my channel. I'll link that down below for you guys. I kind of like it. It's not really... So this is like a really bad cystic pimple right here. I have some pimples here, and you can kind of still see them. I normally do have to apply separate concealer to those, so... But I'm also going to try to layer it up to see kind of what that looks like. But it's giving off a pretty nice finish. The blender sponge, generally, I've never seen it really do a cakey finish with a foundation. It does a really good job of sort of giving a good finish, and that's what I like. I'd rather apply concealer later and have a nicer finish and not cakey than, you know, a cakey foundation, because it just looks unnatural. Okay, so that was one pump. We can kind of see here there's some redness showing through. I don't know if that's showing up on camera, but the rest of the face is looking okay. Obviously, I always have to apply concealer to my dark circles, but it's doing okay. Around the nose, it did cover up some of the redness, but we're still seeing some a little bit in the mirror. I'm still seeing some. It might not show up on camera, but... And the color is pretty good. I didn't mention the color to you guys. I got the lightest shade. The shade is Snow. And it seems to be pretty good for my skin tone at the moment, and it's summer, so if it's a little light, that's okay. That's what we have bronzer for. Ranger, what are you doing? Interrupt my video. It has a pretty, I'd say it has a medium consistency. It's not as thin as, say, the L'Oreal True Match if you tried that, but it's not as thick as my Wet n Wild coverall. And I like it. I like the consistency. It's not seeming to go on too thick. Alright, so it does seem to be building up pretty well. It's not getting any type of weird texture. Coverage on my acne is okay. If you hear something in the background, that's my cats doing whatever it is that they do. Oh, and it's covering up my dark circles a little better now, so it is layering up. It is giving a little more coverage on the second layer. I'd say that's pretty full coverage. I like the coverage there. And if you used it with a brush, it'll probably give off even more coverage. This shears it out a little bit. So it is covered all of these. This one is so dark, I always have to go over that with the concealer. So, doing pretty well. I like the coverage. The finish is seeming to be a slightly dewy, not super matte or anything, which is... Oh, the food's done. Alright, I'm going to quickly go in with my concealer. This is the Hard Candy Glamouflage. It's my favorite. Love this concealer. Been using it for years. Get it at Walmart for $5. Amazing coverage. Apply that under my eyes. Normally I apply it around the nose, but I don't think I'm going to have to do that today because the foundation seemed to cover it, so that's really good. And then I take the excess and just put it on that sad little pimple. Alright, now I'm going to go in and set that concealer because this is a concealer that definitely needs to be set, and I'm going to apply it to prevent creasing under the eyes with my beauty blender. I am using the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette Contour, and I'm using obviously the lighter shade right here. This is a really good palette if you can get it in your shade. I think they only have 2 shades available for this palette, so kind of unfortunate. It comes with a highlight and contour powder, and this is a really, I mean, in my opinion, this is a really nice high quality powder. Like, I could use this to set my whole face. I could use it for my under eyes. It's a nice highlight. What I really like about it is the really fine texture to it. It's not cakey at all, and when I apply with a beauty blender, or just like it goes and it just sets and it looks really natural on the skin, and it doesn't look cakey at all, which I find difficult with a drugstore powder. I highly recommend this. If you can find it in a shade that will work for you, I highly recommend this powder. It's really nice. I went ahead and got a new brow pencil from Ulta, and I was looking at the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and it was $21, and I'm just like, I don't know if I can justify that for a brow pencil. So what I got instead, which I've heard is pretty similar, is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, and this is in the shade Taupe. So we're going to see kind of how that applies, and it's a very, very thin point. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's super thin, so hopefully I can get a nice chiseled brow with this. I don't normally use concealer or anything on my brows, and I've never used a pencil this thin, so we're going to see how this goes. I'm looking down into the mirror so I can get it perfect. I'm really liking this. It's given a really natural sort of, I kind of like the natural brow look. Like, I don't need it to be super intense, but I just want it to look put together and filled in because it really helps to frame the face. Also, it has this little spoolie at the end, which is really nice to sort of shape them how you like it. All right. I'm just going to quickly apply some eyeshadow primer. And I like to kind of let the eyeshadow primer set in, and then, so I'm going to go back in with my Wet n Wild contour palette, and I'm going to begin to, not really contour, but bronze my face at the very least. And I'm using this brush. I don't know where it's from, but there you go. So I'm just dipping into that, tapping off the excess, and I kind of, whoa, look at this. Alright, I'm going to go in for a highlight with my e.l.f. fan brush. And I just recently got the e.l.f. illuminating palette, and I'm going to go and mix these two shades. So this is the pinky highlight, and this is the whiter gold highlight. And I'm going to mix them together and put them on my cheekbones. It's picking up a ton of powder, goodness. Alright. For some reason the pink one really is a lot more powdery than the white one. It's giving it off a nice natural glow. Not anything too intense. Yeah, I definitely like the color of the pink one. It's just a little bit chalky. Very smooth though. Now I'm gonna start with the eyes, and I also bought the other day, this is the e.l.f. contour palette, and I don't know if it has any specific shade. If it is, it'll just be the lighter shade. But I'm going to go in with this really warm sort of, yeah, just like a really warm light brown color, and I'm going to put that in the crease. This is the Wet n Wild, it doesn't say. It's just a blending brush. It's a big fluffy, blend, blah, blah, blah. It's a big fluffy blending brush. Tap off the excess. Let's go. I feel like it's such a luxury to just like do your makeup at a table. I'm a commuter, so like I never get to do that. I'm doing my makeup in the car or something, but like it's just kind of a luxury to me. I'm just like, ooh, this is so nice. Like I have so much control, wow. I'm just literally windshield wiping that into my crease and giving a little definition there. Alright, now I'm gonna go in with that deeper color. This one right here from the e.l.f. contour palette, and I'm gonna put it in the outer corner and blend it into the rest of the crease. And I'm using this smaller brush from the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette. Just use any blending brush you have, a smaller blending brush. Alright, now I'm gonna go in with this little flat padding brush. And I'm going to go in with the lightest shade in the e.l.f. illuminating palette that we used on the cheeks. And I'm just applying it to the inner corner and to the lid and sort of patting it. It's pretty nice, pretty shimmery, which kind of can open up your eyes really nicely. Now I'm going to go quickly in my waterline with a light color. I'm going to curl my eyelashes and then apply mascara. And I'm really excited. I'm going to be using the Benefit Roller Lash for the first time. Super excited. We're gonna see if this really lifts my lashes up, because that's what I like. I like the length of my lashes, but it's hard for me to get them to sort of look like they're long because of how they grow straight down. So let's try this. Oh wow. 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 Oh my god. Wow. I sound crazy, but this is like, I've never had my eyelashes look like this before. Wow. And it seems like the hype is true. Benefit Roller Lash. Oh my god, if you have straight lashes, this is amazing. Wow, that's shocking. Whoa. Wow. Okay, this is the highlight of this first impressions, if you ask me. Loving it. This is the most expensive mascara I've ever bought, and I don't know if it's worth it yet, but they don't lie, like it really does curl your lashes upward, and we're gonna see if they hold, but I'm pretty impressed with how it's applying. Yeah, I like it the way it turned out on this side a little bit better. It really does curl your lashes, but it doesn't do much for volume or length, which I'm kind of okay with, like, especially on an everyday basis, like, who cares? And when it's not an everyday basis, I normally will wear false lashes, so yeah, highly impressed so far with that. My only thing is that I live in Louisiana, and in the summer it's extremely humid, and especially like on campus walking around, you get sweaty. I have used a Physicians Formula mascara, which will literally transfer under my eyes and get everywhere, and that is the worst. So we're gonna see how that holds up throughout the day, but I'm really liking it so far. That was $24, but I'm not unhappy about it. So we're gonna see how it goes. I'm gonna go ahead in with my blush, I think. This is the NARS blush in Super Orgasm. It has gold glitters in it. I don't mind it. And I know like a lot of people smile, but my cheeks are fat, so I gotta go like this when I apply blush, so it kind of applies even. So I'm gonna go like that. My face products seem to be applying pretty evenly over the foundation. I like it, and I am getting more of like a dewy look than I normally would, which I really enjoy. Oh, there's a big bug over there. Zach, there's a big bug over there. There's a big bug over there. It's like buzzing around behind the curtain. The cats are looking at it. It's so loud. Normally it won't be. Oh my god, get it away! Zechariah! Get it away! Oh my god! Okay. After that traumatic experience, I'm gonna continue, and I'm gonna put lipstick on. I'm using the Wet n Wild Smokin' Hot Pink lipstick. It's a matte. I've been wearing this color a lot lately. I think it's a really pretty pink color. Go in with a NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Merengue. And I'm gonna put this on the center just to add some moisture back into the lips. And that is my completed look. I will be checking back in. Hey guys, I just wanted to do a quick update. I put the foundation on around 11 and it's now almost 2 p.m. I've just taken Roman on a walk, and it's looking pretty good. The texture is great. It's wearing off a little bit around my nose area. And I will mention that I am sweaty. It is very hot outside and muggy, but overall I'm pretty pleased with how it's looking at the moment. I don't think it looks bad. Like, I would still go out like this and everything like that. So that's my 2 p.m. check-in. We'll see how it's doing by the end of the day. Alright, so I'm filming this on my phone because my other camera keeps getting foggy in the humidity. So basically I'm just doing my final check-in. It is 7 p.m. So I've been wearing this makeup for 8 hours now, so that's a long time. I'm gonna take it off and do a face mask. As far as the, oh, you could see my eyeshadow worn off a little there. The mascara is amazing, it seems to me. I have been crying. I'm not like, oh, I'm sad crying, but I was making dinner for everybody, and it was greasy and it was irritating my eyes, so that's why my eyes have been watering like crazy, and no smudging has occurred, and I'm wearing it on top and bottom lashes, so that's pretty amazing if you ask me. And that is the Benefit Roller Lash, so I would highly recommend that if you have straight lashes, and it seems to be pretty much waterproof right now. You know, like if I pick it off my eyelashes, it'll come off, but it's not like smudging on my lower lash line or something, you know what I mean, or up on my eyelids, so I'm really impressed with that. As far as the foundation, so you all can definitely tell it's been rubbed off. I've been sweating like crazy and rubbing my face, and so maybe that's kind of where that's coming from. You can definitely see where I've wiped and the redness is peeking through. And I also took a nap, so you can definitely see the oils and everything like that. where it's kind of rubbed off. So it isn't like full, like it's not like, oh, this is gonna last all day through everything. But that being said, I did not set my entire face, so that could be it as well. As you can see, it's definitely worn off around the nose area, definitely worn off. And it didn't really do much to fight the oils and the sweating. But given that, I still really like the finish of the foundation, and I think it worked out really well for me. I don't want something too heavy or cakey living in Louisiana, because it's just like it will melt off. But also I don't really like how it rubbed off here, so I'm not really sure that I like that, but I'm not sure, like, oh, I'm not gonna say like, oh, you need this foundation, it's amazing, but I do like it. And if you're looking for something similar to what I'm looking for, I think you would like it a lot. So overall, I like the foundation. Did it blow my mind? Not really. I was kind of hoping it would, but maybe it was just the hype, you know what I mean, of YouTube and everything, because everyone on YouTube is raving about this foundation. Yeah. I don't often rub my face, but it was to the point where I was like beading sweat and like I didn't want it to drip off me, so yeah, sorry. That's kind of gross, but anyway. So yeah, if you're not doing anything too strenuous, like you could probably wear this. And it'll probably be better in the summer. Like, it's really hard for foundations to last through humidity like this, so. Alright, that is my first impression. If y'all have any questions, you can go ahead and leave it down below. And I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye! Thanks for watching, you fiends. Don't make fun of my nasty face, okay?